wash my soul in the ocean, in the tears of God, I let it go.
Hello, my astrology family. This is Lada from astrolada.com, and these are your October 2021 video horoscopes for all the 12 signs. And by the way, October will be a very fascinating month because we have 4 planets turning direct, which is very positive to some extent because it means many areas of your life will start moving ahead in a positive direction without surprises and complications. So we expect a big turn of the winds happening in October. But if you want to have more specific predictions for your personal chart only, you can check for free your personal transits on my free transit calendar. You can see a video out of it here. And each transit is specific for you. No one else in the world will have them at the same time as you. So you can really follow what's exactly happening, like a professional astrologer will do it for you from my transit calendar, which is for free for everyone. And now enjoy the 2021 October videos. Nice sun, moon, or rising October 2021 using tropical Western astrology. Gemini, I know you like change and things moving around, moving fast. So maybe you feel a bit frustrated in September because so many planets are retrograde. And even till the middle of October, you can feel like that because we have Saturn, Mercury, Jupiter retrograde, Pluto, Uranus, you know. So it's like things are a bit stuck. They're not moving as fast as you want. There are complications there. But this all start changing gradually. First, you can see a big shift from the 9th, from the 11th when Saturn turns direct. Then a big shift on the 18th, after the 18th, around those days. Never on the exact day, around the 9th, after the 19th, 18th. Especially after the 18th when Mercury, your planet, starts moving direct. But till around the 18th, like the whole month is more introspective for you. It's focused on finishing things from the past. It might be creative project because Mercury is retrograde in your 5th house. It might be finishing something with your connected to your kids, solving some problems there as well. Plus Saturn and Jupiter retrograding, or maybe something connected to finishing something from the past romantically, because the 5th house when Mercury is retrograde is your romantic house. Maybe asking some questions, maybe angry questions about your romantic life and the patterns there, and trying to change something. Maybe even questioning a current romantic relationship or how you express love and give and receive love to another person. Might be your marriage partner, boyfriend, girlfriend. There might be some more strife or kind of let's say competitiveness there, or argumentativeness, because Mercury the whole month is conjunct Mars there in your 5th house of love, romance. So you might feel more let's say antagonistic, or say to each other sharp words, especially about things from the past because Mercury is retrograde. Maybe when you're forewarned, you're forearmed. There is an expression. You might be fighting a little bit more with your kids, the 5th house, if you have kids, or fighting with your creative projects. But with creative projects, you just say, I can do it better, especially Mars say, I'm frustrated, I don't like it like that, let me make it better, let me fix it. If a creative project can be not just you making pottery or painting like Da Vinci. A creative project might be at work. You're a marketing expert, you have to create some poster, or you have to create the new campaign, or maybe you are working on some old campaign or whatever. Mercury retrograde, or building a website, or having your own business is 5th house, because especially if you're the one taking the executive decisions, the creative decisions for this business. Where am I going to advertise it? How am I going to make it popular? Maybe I should change this here. This is kind of creativity. This is strong intelligence. So you might be kind of working on such things while Mercury is retrograde, getting a bit stressed, maybe some deadlines that you're rushing to catch. But from the 18th onwards, Mercury turns direct, Jupiter turns direct, and it helps you with such matters tremendously. All complications with children, with romantic relationship, with some creative project, or they start getting solved and they improve after that. And while Mercury is retrograde, it can reconnect you with someone from the past. some romantic interest, and only to have sex. Mars, so possible, or maybe to have a little fight, and or to say what you wanted to say, like, oh, maybe like an email that you write to some romantic interest from the past, so they connect with you, and you exchange a few hot sexual things or a few angry things. Mars is either, but definitely it's kind of hot in this fifth house of yours there. But you can use it creatively, channel it creatively in sports as well, especially it's because it's in Libra. Go play tennis or in pairs somehow sports. That can be good. And also, if you want to release that tension from your romantic relationships, it's a good idea maybe to do some exercise together or some project that you're hands-on together with your romantic partner, with your kids. Take them out, make them build a birdhouse or dig in the field, whatever. Whatever. It's like move furniture around with your kids. So this is used positively, but also there is a new renewal in this fifth house. Even though you're dealing with some things from the past, completing creative project or something, you're also starting new ones, because there is a new moon in this fifth house, which is always about something new coming, plus Sun conjunct Mars. It energizes you to act in that field for the next, 2.5 years till the next Mars Sun conjunction. So something new will appear for you, especially, for single Gemini. It can be a new romantic interest. And the conjunction with the Sun and Mars happens around the 9th. Mercury is still retrograde till the 19th, so you might be 18th, so you might be dealing with some old things there romantically as well, reassessing, but also a new phase can start in October for you romantically, or maybe not a new romantic relationship, maybe a renewal of the romantic feelings with your partner. A new creative project can come as well. A new fifth house is also connected to hobbies and activities and passions. A new passion can be born. It might be in sport. It might be, and you have a lot of energy into it, and you might be involved with it at least for the next 2.5 years, because a new cycle is starting there. So pay attention to what new ideas come to you, because the fifth house is the house of new ideas. It's creative intelligence. So something, it's like you might just feel inspired about something, and in October you can start at least write it down, or you get excited about it. These creative ideas, you'd feel it like your own baby. It will be something original, unique. It's where directly God gives us, because it's the house of the Sun, after all, the fifth house, where we can shine and be co-creators with God when it's passing there. And now the Sun is passing there, Mars and Mercury. So you can kind of, you can have this kind of inspiration that comes to you. And that, especially around the 9th or the new moon, but the whole month, I see it like that. And even if there's some complications because of the Mercury-Mars conjunction, there is all the time, and Sun, Mercury, Mars, there is all the time a trine from Jupiter to those planets the whole month. So it's, even if there's stresses there, things turn out great. Even there's some stresses with your child, stresses with a loved one, fifth house, stresses with some creative project, stresses with some self-confidence matters, performance, such kind of things, or whatever you're creating. Then, because Jupiter is sending a trine, and the last aspect Jupiter sends to the malefic planet Mars on the 20th or 19th is a trine. So whatever happens, just hold on strong, and what can help you is this higher perspective and more forgiving attitude. And so even if you have this fight with a loved one or a child, or there's some stress happening in their life and it stresses you, as well, or some power struggle even, it's almost like this Jupiter from the 9th house, which is again Jupiterian, it's like you can forgive. And there is forgiveness that is there. And there is a higher perspective that shows you that is for the best. So whatever is happening there, it is for the best. Some complications, it's creative project with all those things, or some fights even, because, don't forget your Mercury. Wherever Mercury goes, even we're not looking now which house it is, because Mercury rules your whole horoscope, and it rules your 4th house of family. The whole month is with Mars. So you can feel it not just with romantic partners, whatever, in the family. With parents, there can be antagonism, or kind of saying some harsh words. And it rules you. You can just feel, because the whole month Mercury is frustrated, combust with the sun, which is frustration, and then kind of feeling weak, and then feeling angry, and out of weakness anger comes. So you might find yourself like kind of exploding more often. Just remember, you would feel more stressed this month. So I would advise a little bit like um, Jupiterian activities, which is sending trine there, which is meditation, prayer, a little bit of a travel if you can do. This is great to take your mind off, and being more active. So your planet with Mercury, it can be, and it's in the fifth house of sports. If you don't want to do sports, go and walk around or something like that. It will take the tension off. Or because it's the fifth house, you can just use it to party like an animal. When you feel stressed, party, go back, dance, 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 So it depends what age you are. Some of you might feel it like that, like partying more. Others might feel it like just I need to work out, to do something to expel this energy. But Jupiter is the best aspect that's helping you all the time, no matter what you feel stressed about, whether it's family, because Mercury rules your family, private life, property, or you can even feel a little bit more because Mars is aspecting your planet. Mercury is the lungs, the alveol. There is a possibility for more, and you'll see this is when so many cases will come again. When the flu comes back, there will be an explosion because Mercury is with Mars of upper respiratory acute conditions. Because Mercury rules your health overall, I would advise you to channel it instead of, if you're getting such acute respiratory, or it is first of all a detox of the body, but be a bit more physically active. Do things that you really love, because Mercury is in the fifth house. It will help you, like the things that you really, really enjoy. Is it knitting? Is it, I'm not saying I really enjoy drinking, I'm going to drink from morning to evening. No, this is a different fifth house activity, is a different kind of hobbies, like we say. It might be dancing, but without drinking. It might be building a car. It might be, watching astrology videos on spirituality. It's the fifth house. It's one of the houses of spirituality. Do a lot of the things that you really love that will raise your immune system, because Mercury is with Mars. It's under attack. You're more frustrated. When we're more frustrated, anger weakens us, weakens the immune system. So we can, and the body reacts to that. So sorry, I went on a tangent, but the counteraction for you is doing things that you really love, spending more time with your kids if they're not pissing you off, or with loved ones, and Jupiter trine there. Even if you get sick, just to give you a thumbs up, Jupiter is making a trine to Mercury the whole month, to Mars, so you come out easy out of it. Then it's for the best, and you come out positive. And plus Saturn and Jupiter are starting to move direct. First Saturn on the 11th, and then Jupiter on the 18th together with Mercury. You'll see such an improvement in many areas of your life around the 18th. Jupiter rules your relationships, if there were, and contracts and agreements and collaborations with others. If there were complications with them, they'll start moving forward and ahead. They would improve. If Jupiter also rules your 10th house of career, you start seeing things moving forward ahead as well, from the 18th onwards with any career project. Saturn, because retrograde planets bring delays, or you work very hard but you don't see the results, and when Jupiter turns direct, you'll start seeing in career, in contracts, relationships, and sales, which is the 7th house, all improvement, things moving forward. You're seeing results, rewards. And Saturn is moving direct. I can't even say, there's so many things. Mercury is moving direct, Saturn, Jupiter. So on many levels, gradually, your life will improve. And it might be still stressful till the 18th because your planet Mercury is retrograde. But after the 18th of October, just so many levels of your life start moving ahead more smoothly, without surprises, without obstacles and delays. And because Saturn and Jupiter over the course of the month will start moving direct together in your 9th house, you can have some very powerful resolutions in matters concerning teaching, learning, some project connected to traveling to faraway places, import, export. So and even if there are complications with your dad or the relationship, they can start moving ahead and improve. Or if there are some complications with some titles, or not titles, more like pre-qualification, or maybe you've been studying very hard to pre-qualify. Now you can start seeing a great improvement forward by the end of the month, or seeing the results of those efforts you've put in pre-qualifying, studying, teaching, learning. And also something connected to foreign countries can really, whether it's travel there, whether it's visa documents, whether it's documents for relocation, whether it's obstacles to traveling, somehow, specifically for you, especially Gemini rising, to lesser degree Sun and Moon, but them as well, you can see powerful improvements. The winds are changing there. You can also get accepted in some university if you've put the hard effort and did the exams and whatever. When these two planets start moving direct, you get the rewards for that. Or if you've been working on some teaching project or a preaching project or counseling project, you're gonna start things moving ahead. All right. And what else do we have? Venus conjunct the South Node almost the whole of the month in your 7th house, but the peak is around the 11th. So take 5 days before the 11th, 5 days after the 11th of October. You're going to feel it in your 7th house. There is a focus on relationship again. It's very interesting, actually, month for you. Actually, it's quite supportive for you. This only just you feel stressed because Mars is next to your planet. You feel more reactive, let's say. But you can get a lot of done because Mars is with your planet, so it doesn't make you, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, let me lie down. No, you feel the urgency. Go, 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 go. And especially those inspiration that comes to you, those visions for the future that you start acting on. Oh, I forgot to say, when Saturn and Jupiter turn direct there in the 9th house, if you had some existential depression, especially about the future, and kind of questioning the future while those two planets are retrograde and not seeing sorry, not really seeing the future and the not seeing the positivity in the future, questioning your whole belief system, questioning your whole life. What's the meaning? What's the purpose? Where are we heading as humanity? Or there's no meaning in my life. If you've had such existential crisis in the last few months, when Saturn and Jupiter turn direct, it will start becoming clear. You start clarifying what is, and it will start making sense for you. You'll see the bigger picture, and this kind of a doubting feelings, depressive, negative thoughts about the whole world and the future and your own particular future, kind of even being confused or stuck into what is the next step into the future. This will start dispersing, and you'll start seeing more and more clearly where you have to go and moving ahead in that direction. There might be even some kind of a revelation, because the 9th house is the house where God inspires us and talks to us through others or through something you read. So especially around the time the planets turn direct, around the 11th, the 18th, around those dates, look what, and the 9th as well, when the Sun is conjunct Mercury, there'll be a lot of insights that is happening when those, especially Saturn and Jupiter turning direct in your 9th house, of answers from a higher point of view and perspective. You know, there is a saying, you can never solve a problem from the same state of consciousness in which it was created. Well, now you're going to shift the consciousness, because the planet, the house of perspective and how you perceive things, and your consciousness, so to speak, your higher mind, is the 9th house. And the two biggest planets in our solar system are turning direct there. So whatever you've been consciously or unconsciously kind of ruminating on, suddenly it will start, you'll get a higher perspective on many things in your life, and you'll be like, I see it now, I understand why things are like that. It's perfect that it happened like that. There is meaning in it. You'd find meaning, and you'd find some mission, especially if you felt deprived from a mission or goal that will to wake you up in the morning, because the 9th house is that house that it's like there is reason to life, there is meaning to my life, and you wake up happy in the morning. If you felt that you were blocked in that field in the last few months, with Saturn there retrograde, Jupiter retrograde, you'd see a big shift starting to happen, and you're starting to feel like you've been searching for meaning. Maybe you didn't feel any meaning, but it will come to you. The meaning, the bigger picture for your life, for the world, for whatever questions you have, this shift in perspective that will start unlocking big opportunities for you is coming gradually in October. You'll be like a reborn, after that. So there you go. And Venus direct conjunct South Node in your seventh house. South Node is connected to the past karma. There might be someone from the past. Again, there's some connection here. Mercury retrograde in the fifth house romantically, Venus with the South Node in the seventh, someone from the past that appears for you to let them go, because South Node is to let go, to dissolve the karma. Or even you thinking about someone from the past, or maybe some kind of a client from the past or contract from the past might be presented to be completed, because South Node is also to complete, to pay it off, maybe for it to be paid off to you as well. So there is that around the first 15 days, around the 11th of October. So there you go, Gemini. Thank you so much. Subscribe if you like that, if you want to check your specific transits, because that's very general for all Gemini. But if you want to see your specific transits like a professional astrologer, do it. I have a free transit calendar. It renews every 7 days for free for you. There is nothing like that in the world, with descriptions for free. For example, Jupiter is transiting your sun this week. Wow, it's incredible. It happens once in 12 years. This and this and this, what can happen? But no one else in the world at the same time will have Jupiter transiting their sun, and Jupiter at the same time, and Mars at the same time square their Saturn. So it's very unique. Check it out. 50,000 people are using it. It's not a scam. I'm giving it for free to people on a weekly case renewal automatically. So there you go. Thank you so much.